The last day we saw Henny was December 7th, 2018. About 3 o'clock, Henny had asked to go to the open gym at the middle school. A couple hours later, Henny called and asked me if she could go to the basketball tournaments. I told Henny that she needed to come back home. She said, "Okay, Mom, I'll be home."
Well, the next morning when we woke up, I looked at our messages and I had no response from her.
It was normal for Henny to be gone like 2-3 days at a time, but we would know where she was at.
We thought that we'd find her before we even contacted the police. The police only had like 2 to 6 people on the force, and we thought we had more resources than them.
We went looking for Henny for about 4 or 5 days before we decided to file a missing persons report. Nobody even looked at her report. Nobody even looked for her. On December 28th, about 40 of us came together to go look at the last place we heard from her. When we were out there doing our search, the FBI were out there.
About 5 o'clock, the FBI came in and they asked us, "Can we talk to you guys?"
They pulled us aside into this room away from everybody, and that's when they had told us that they found her.
I couldn't say nothing at all. My stomach just hurt. It just like a horse kicked me in the gut.
Then his sister came running because
Yeah.
I guess I had screamed, and I don't remember screaming.
Well, Paula and Nate, it's good to meet both of you, but I'm sorry for the circumstance.
Thank you.
And I'm so terribly sorry for your loss. One thing you won't hear me say is I know how you feel. Because if you haven't been there, you can't know, right? It's just,
Yeah.
it's not the natural order of things.
No, it's not.
You know, first, tell me about your daughter.
Henny, she'd light up any room she walks in. She was friends with everybody. She didn't have a mean bone in her body.
And she was 14 when she went missing, almost 15, right?
Yeah.
And you say there are only 2, 3, 4, they're a very small police force to rely on, right? So you relied on the community to look for her when it came time to look for her. How many people turned out to look for her?
About
And yeah, there was quite a
40,
few people.
50 people, yeah.
When she was actually found just 200 yards
From somebody else's house.
where she was last seen. The
Yeah.
place she had left, she had been with some people, and she didn't make it very far from there.
No.
What have you pieced together in terms of what happened? What do you believe took place?
I believe that she was lured out there and set up, because she's been at the house before, and she knows the route to the road, to the main road. And where they had found her was the opposite direction.
Okay, so you think she was lured.
Lured,
And how do
yeah,
you think they
and
would do that?
They were saying that somebody had chased her. Somebody was
Okay.
chasing her.
And why do you say law enforcement treated y'all, you said actually like criminals?
Yeah.
Because it was like we're being interrogated, and every question was like, "Where were you guys at, man?" You know, I was like, "Man, I was at work that night," you know.
What was their attitude about the fact that she was gone?
When she went to file a missing persons report, they said that, "Oh, she might have had a boyfriend, and she might be over
Maybe
there."
She's got a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
Maybe a new boyfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like they didn't take us seriously, like just pushing us off to the side like it was nothing.
Do you think it would be different if somebody in a neighboring town with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed child that was missing? Do you think they would respond differently than they did with you?
Probably because they got more resources off the reservation, to where, like, off the reservation, you see somebody like go missing, and they got an Amber Alert right away.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.